Hi dear kids, today I'm going to show you how to make a Punnett square. This is what we're learning in science for genetics, and Punnett squares are a tool which we use to predict the genotype or the gene code and phenotype, the physical characteristics and looks of an offspring. The word offspring simply means the children. Okay, so as you can see on my screen, what we're going to do is we're going to take mom and dad's genes and predict what their kids will look like in terms of a specific physical characteristic and what will be their gene code or genotype for that characteristic. Now in this example, I set up the Punnett square, which is that square with 4 little boxes. Each box represents an offspring number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And each box represents a percentage. So 25%, 25%, 25%, 25% for a total of 100%. I'm going to show you later on why that matters. Okay? On the top, usually you would put dad's genotype or genetic code, and on the left side you would put mom's genotype. It doesn't really matter. You could do it either way, but usually dad's on the top, mom's on the left side. Okay? Now in this Punnett square, I am going to try to predict whether mom and dad's kids will have pointy ears, pointy earlobes, or rounded earlobes. In this situation, the pointed earlobes is a dominant trait. It's dominant. Okay? And because it's dominant, I gave that dominant gene a capital P letter. Because if it's capital, it's dominant. Round ears, smooth ears, non-pointy ears are recessive. So they're weak, inactive genes. And so I gave it a small little p letter, lowercase p. Okay? I have told you that dad's genotype is capital P and small p. In other words, dad is heterozygous or hybrid for pointed ears. He's got pointed ears, but he's heterozygous, hybrid, capital P, small letter p. Mom's genotype mom's genotype is also capital P and small letter p. She's also a heterozygous hybrid, and she's also got pointed ears. And now we're going to try to figure out when they have kids, what will the kids have? Their earlobes, will they be pointed? Will they be rounded? Let's find out how to do this. So let's start with dad's genotype. I'm going to put dad's genotype in color red, starting with the first box right here, offspring number 1. Dad's genotype is capital P, lowercase p. So I'll put capital P over here and lowercase p over here. That is dad's genotype, okay? Now let's look at mom's genotype. Mom is also capital P, lowercase p. So I'll put capital P over here for mom's side and lowercase p here for mom's side. Okay? That's supposed to be lowercase p, so let's not get confused here. Alright? Now that we've done that, we are now going to crisscross, mix and match the genes between mom and dad. Remember, you get one gene from mom, one gene from dad. So starting from dad first, the P goes in this box. So the offspring number 1 gets one gene from dad, capital P, and one gene from mom, capital P. Okay? Next, offspring number 2 gets a lowercase p from dad and uppercase P from mom. Always remember, start with the capital letters first. Since mom's got the capital letter, I'm going to put capital letter first, and then dad's lowercase p gene will follow suit. And there we go. Offspring number 2 is set. Okay, genotypes. Let's go to offspring number 3. Looks like dad's got the capital letter here, so dad gives capital letter P to the kid, and mom gives lowercase letter p to the kid. And finally, offspring number 4, there are no capital letters, so just by convention, we'll start with dad, lowercase p for dad, and lowercase p for mom. Okay? And what you have done here, boys and girls, is that you have found the genotype for each offspring. And now we're going to analyze them and try to figure out, well, what exactly are these genotypes? Which one is homozygous and which one is heterozygous? Let's start with number 1, the first one. Capital P, capital P. They're two dominant genes, which means that this kid, offspring right here, offspring number 1, 25% of the kids born will probably be homozygous. Let me make it a little bit smaller so you can fit in. Homozygous dominant, because there are two capital P letters there. Offspring number 2, let's go to the next one. Since it's uppercase P and lowercase p, this kid is going to be a hybrid or heterozygous. Okay? Next one, offspring number 3, looks like the same situation. Uppercase P, lowercase p, this kid will also be a hybrid. And finally, offspring number 4. It's got two lowercase p's, which means it's definitely homozygous, but it is homozygous recessive, okay? Because they're both lowercase p's. You see that, kids? That's how you do it. Now, let's interpret this. Let us predict what will the kids have, okay, in terms of their genetics, genotype and phenotype. So, starting with their genotype. So, if I write over here, and I'm going to make it a little bit larger for you to see. Let's go to genotype. We're trying to predict the kid's genotype. So looking at this Punnett square, I can tell that in terms of genotype, it looks like 50% of the kids, of the offspring, will be hybrid. Okay? Why? Well, because this is 25% and this is 25%. 25 plus 25, 50. There we go. 50% of the kids will be hybrid. Let me just move this out of the way so I have some space. Are we done? No, sir, we're not done. We still have 2 boxes to check here. Let's write some more analysis here. Well, looks like 25% of the kids will be homozygous dominant, and you can see that over here, homozygous dominant, 25%. Okay, next, is it done? No, we got one more box left. That box says that 25% of the kids or the offspring will be homozygous recessive. And there we go. We have found the genotype. We predicted the genotype of the offspring between dad and mom. Okay? We're not done yet. We've only predicted the gene codes here. Now I want to know, what will the kids look like in terms of their ears? Will they have pointy ears or rounded ears? Well, that's simple enough. This is called phenotype. I'll write this in, let's see. Let me write in this color here. Phenotype. Phenotype means physical characteristics. Well, I need to now know what percentage of the kids will have rounded ears or pointy ears. Pointy ears is dominant, which means capital letter. So go in each box. These are capital letters, so we got a dominant pointy ear lobes over here. That's a capital letter, dominant pointy ear lobes. That's a capital, dominant pointy ear lobes. And this one, lowercase, not dominant at all. So, what does that mean? It means that 75%, 25 plus 25 plus 25, 75% of the offspring will have pointy earlobes, because pointy ears are dominant. And if there's a capital letter in the box, that's a dominant gene. And that means 25% of the offspring will have rounded earlobes or rounded ears. Why? Because if you look over here, there's no dominant gene in this box. Both of them are recessive, which means that 25% of the kids will have a chance of having rounded ears, recessive ears. Whereas 75% of the kids, 75, 75, 75, will have pointy ears. And this is how you use Punnett squares, kids. Okay? Alright, thank you.